6 months on the street was hard. It was really hard. At first, you know, I was literally on the street, sleeping in doorways and whatnot.
Yeah, I was living in Warrington then. I was staying in a hostel, a mixed hostel. Scary, because I'm used to having my mum and my dad around me, and not having them there. So it's a bit of a default, really.
Do you remember how you felt the first time you had to sleep on the street?
Yeah, it was an emotional wreck. I didn't know what to do, where to go. I didn't even sleep that night. I just stayed up walking around town all night. Didn't know what to do, where to go. And then after a few nights, you just kind of get into it. You just have to get used to it. Not a lot you can do.
I think it was, you know, the cold weather, because it was like -3 degrees, and I was wrapped up in a carpet what I had out of a skip, like a big offcut of carpet. I had that out of a skip, and I just rolled myself up in that. Now my body was warm because, you know, I couldn't move, but where I've got my ass on, all the bottom of my hair where it sticks out, that was all frosted over and everything.
When it started snowing, and the rain starts and cold.
What do you mean?
It's like, because if you've got no sleeping bag, you act, because you've got nowhere to sleep then, sleeping bag. So very rare I slept when I was on the streets.
It was cold, it was lonely, and, you know, got
Did
no
you
one
sleep?
to turn to.
Did you sleep that night?
Not the first night, no. I was stayed awake all night the first night, and then the second night I went back to the same place, and I slept all right. But I was awake again at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, I can describe the night time more. It's a matter of getting your head down as quick as you can and waking up in the morning. The quicker you get your head down, the quicker it's morning, because it gets so cold, you just got to get your head down.
Very nervous. You didn't know who to trust, where to go. You didn't know anybody. If you didn't know anybody, you can't sleep because you don't know who's going to hurt you or what. The first night, even every night, it doesn't matter if you make friends, you don't know what they are going to do. They could be your friends, but they just want you for drugs or anything. It's just, you're on your own 24/7. You can make friends, but you don't know. They could be your worst enemy.
I slept in the subways for 2 months. It was horrible. It's horrible. You're flinching at every move. You didn't know who was going to be around the corner. There was a lot of drunks around, and using the toilets as your shower and cleaning.
Being on your own. I just wandered around like all night because I didn't want to sit down or nothing. Like, just walking. I didn't want to stay in one place on my own. I didn't want to be on my own, like, so I just stayed where there was light and traffic and stuff. So, like, if anything happened to me, I was on the main road sort of thing.
First night I was homeless, I got mugged. They took my money. That was a Saturday night. I couldn't get any money until the Monday from social services, social security to say. And that does put you, all of a sudden your senses are away. You're trying to sleep in the park with one eye and one ear open, basically. And basically, any noise around you, you're awake.
Watching your back because you don't know who is around to attack you. And at the end of the day, the police move you on. Everybody just walks past you, don't give you nothing. It's not just a life.
Have you ever been attacked on the streets?
No. I've been raped on the streets, though.
Just that, like, people starting fights like in here, because everybody's got their own issues and everyone's in the same boat, but some people get really violent in here and stuff. That's quite scary. Like last night, there was like somebody being quite violent downstairs, and there's always somebody drunk, smashing windows and stuff, and it's not nice. It's like, it is quite frightening, especially when you're right slap bang in the middle of it, do you know what I mean?
I've been on the streets and was sleeping in Hanley Park once, and I've had a group of drug users come over to me who knew I was sleeping there, going through all my stuff and that, trying to find money or anything they could sell, and that was quite scary, you know what I mean? They said they had knives on them, but whether they did or not, I don't know. Yeah, they come to mug me because they knew I weren't in any position to fight them off.
Quite scary because people were going past me in the cars and beeping and stuff, and I was just panicking really because I was like, what if something happens to me? Do you know what I mean? What if I get raped or something?
I feel like because I've been out on the streets and, you know, I will smile a bit because, you know, I haven't been able to get changed or anything or have a wash. You know, it's a bit embarrassing.
What I used to do is I used to go to like leisure centres, have a watch in the shower facilities and whatnot there, and then sometimes I used to shoplift for food, like, you know what I mean? Not saying that I'm proud of it, like I've never shoplifted for gain, but always like if I needed food.
Sort of tried begging for a bit, but I just used to wait until it got dark and eat out of bins, to be honest with you. Not very nice, but when you're hungry you do it, you know.
Scared because I've got 3 children as well, so it was literally uprooting them from everything they know, and it was really hard and difficult to do, but in the end I had no choice, so I did it. Trying to explain to your children why you're there, and when they say, well, I hate it here, explain to them, well, it's here or nowhere.
It's really difficult when you have children. I think it's really, really difficult. I know that I asked myself so many times, should I have just put up and shut up and stayed in our nicely decorated, fully furnished home? Or, you know, did I do the right thing taking my daughter out of that and moving? She had to move schools several times, lose her belongings, lose that sense of what I thought was security of home, but it wasn't secure at all. And in fact, she was actually emotionally damaged a lot from what she'd witnessed and heard, basically.
I've been in some situations. I've been on the streets and working. I used to work for a car wash whilst I was on the streets, but that fell through purely because of, mainly because of my hygiene. We're not being able to wash my clothes on a daily basis. My hygiene was getting the better of it, and I left it like before anyone kind of noticed.
I think we moved over a period of 3 years, 14 times, because my ex-partner kept tracking us down. So we actually ended up with no belongings and just going from one place to another, trying to re-establish ourselves and then having to move on.
I mean, in a normal situation, you'll wake up in the morning and you'll sort of review your options. What can I do with today? And I mean, your options are really severely limited when you're homeless, you know. I don't know, really. It's just kind of, you can't really do anything, you know. You can't, like you say, you can't apply for a job. You can't really even eat, you know. You just don't really know what to do with yourself.
It is literally killing time. It's walking around shopping centres, it's going to the library. The worst time is actually from, say if you're at the library till 5 o'clock, finding somewhere from that time until you're tired enough to go to sleep. Something to do. You literally are walking the streets. If you've got your belongings in a bag, you're carrying that round with you. And it's literally, it is probably more time on your hands than you've ever had in your life.
Getting up, walking around, sitting down, begging until town closes, then go and then try and find somewhere to sleep. Because around Hanley, it doesn't matter where it is, the police will move you on. If it's a shop door, you're sleeping, they will move you off. So you have to move out of Hanley town centre and try and find somewhere where you know it's going to be safe and no one's going to attack you.
What goes through your mind on an average day? What do you think about in all that
Killing
time?
myself. Killing myself because there's nothing to, no one helping, no one doing anything. I'm depressed, so depressed, it gets you so down. You can't even have a wash, you can't have a shower, you can't change your clothes. You've got no clothing with you, you're just in your clothes, what you got 24/7.
And don't think there's always somebody out there to hold you, and don't think there's somebody out there to say, look, you've walked out to your home, there's somewhere to live straight away, because there isn't.
Just it being quite hard to pull yourself out of that situation, because like I say, at the end of the day, you are sort of caught in a loop once you're out there, and you are just passed from pillar to post. You are somebody else's problem, you know.
You know, don't expect somebody to be there to hold your hand all the time, because they aren't.